Hello there folks, and how is it going? And welcome back to another video, and welcome to the beautiful country of Spain. Now I'm recording this video the same day that it needs to go up, and I really don't imagine it's actually going to upload considering how slow the internet is. Welcome to Vanlife. Orla, do a pan here because this is pretty much the reality of we're at a random cemetery car park and it is rammed full of campers. But in today's video I wanted to give you a very quick rundown of our mighty van Druss behind us here. Now before we begin, we have embraced the done is better than perfect mindset, because you know you can't be expecting things to be finished to a high standard when all you have is a drill and a jigsaw. So anyways, we didn't even have a jigsaw, handsaw. So if you watched the last video when I introduced you all to the mighty Druss here, I went through pretty much the standard, you know, what kind of van it is. And I'm going to try to do this all in one take. So let's have a quick go. So this is our lovely bucket hanging off the mirror, which looks great. And in the front of the van, we didn't change anything at all, except I added these nifty little drinks holders for our drinks. They're just screwed into the plastic. You gotta love screwing in the plastic. It's a double seat at the front, the very bouncy driver's seat because of the air suspension, which is great. These are my pride and joy. I made these all of myself. It's just using that Reflectix stuff that, you know, you put up in the van, as you'll see when we get inside. But other than that, it's pretty bog standard. I didn't change anything at all. We have these nifty little things up here on the visors to hold sunglasses and whatnots. Anyways, let's get into the meat and potatoes of it. This is the van. Now, it's wonderful, right? So do you remember when Marge bought her Chanel dress? Do you remember she found the Chanel dress in that one random episode of The Simpsons? All of everything that we put in here, bar the bed frame, is old van stuff from Polly. And so it's our kind of tribute to that beautiful van that served us so well. So I will jump in real quick, and then what we'll do is... It's a no-shoe van, folks. It's a no-shoe van. This table we built using legs, and then extendable legs from IKEA. And down below then is our Alpi-Cool compressor fridge, which is great. I think it's a 20-litre fridge, which is really fantastic. And we have that plugged into our main battery here. But this here is the... What's the name of this thing?
It's IKEA anyway.
It's an IKEA kind of board. And I basically just mounted these baskets that we had in the old van, and they're essentially our that was a smooth handover. This is essentially our coffee station, really. And then over here we've got some spices, using a bungee cord for some kitchen roll and tea towels. And then this is the kitchen. Essentially it's just a desk. Essentially just a desk. The fridge below, this is our kind of like grey water here. And oh, hold on, there's a chicken outside. Van life, folks. Hashtag van life. Gotta love it. Random chickens at graveyards. Now this is also very important down here. I really hope you can see this one. I'll sit in here. Let me give you that back. Now, Orla's work is very important to us being able to travel. So this desk we built essentially around Orla's height. She does typing. As you can see here, we have another one of these IKEA things mounted here where she has her keyboard mounted to, and then this is some of our stuff. Below the desk then is like her office, basically. Orla works full-time, working in her job. And so we built this desk to accommodate her height and her kind of typing posture, which is very important for her. And then moving over here into the bed, let me go around the back. Oh, the curtains, I forgot the curtains. These are all curtains again that we had from the old van. They're blackout thermal lined curtains that we bought from Temu, and they're great, and they really do the job very well indeed. And up there is our kind of toiletry bag. We have fans mounted around the place, which is always great. There's no vents in the roof. We did buy vents, but we got too scared to actually install them. Now, as you can see, a lot of the van is still revealed this silver stuff. Again, we didn't really have the budget and able to buy the plywood to put up on the walls, and so we just were figured like we would just be waiting too long, so we thought, let's just get going. We'll just get going. Also above the headliner as well is basically where we keep all of our clothes. Look at this smooth video footage, folks. And
Great.
the what?
The fan.
The fans are wonderful. They are actually a 20,000 milliamp hour fans, and on the first setting they run just forever. They're really, really great. Now in the bed area here, we have decided to go from east to west, which is a pretty kind of bog standard thing to do. I just about fit. I probably have maybe like 4 inches of space at my feet end, which is fine, and it does the job fine, and it's pretty much a double bed, which is amazing. So anything bigger than 110 centimeters is what we used to be on, is like a king size bed as far as we are concerned. Pillows, and then I'm going to get Orla to pass me through the camera. We have this wonderful mosquito net up here as well, which just helps, you know, keep mosquitoes out. And let me turn you around here now so you can see. So this is the mosquito net. We also installed a this is is it a shower curtain?
No, it's like a tarp.
It's just a tarp, you know, like a tent kind of tarp, and basically what we do is that will drop down and cover all of this space at the back if it's raining. And we do that purely because underneath here, if you can see, let me turn your back around, is this empty space right here is where I keep all of my gear. Above us we have the EcoFlow 240 watt solar panel, but mainly this is all of my gear here. And the idea with this kind of tarp is that it drops down and it basically shields all of this from if it's raining or anything like that, and I still need to get my gear, which is really has come in handy for us a lot. So it's really fantastic. And then over here next to my gear is just our garage. So usual garage is just rammed full of stuff. I also built this small little table using just those IKEA legs that just screw in, so we can sit outside if we want to. Got a couple of chairs, tools, and some kind of hardware stuff and all that kind of stuff. And look at this fella here next door. Hashtag Vanlife, folks. This is living the dream. Living the dream. But other than that, it's pretty bog standard. Again, like I said, everything is just not covered. We are going to finish all of this, but the important thing to keep in mind is that we are on the road, and that's what matters. But let me just quickly talk you through the brains of the operation, because that's a very important thing to do. I mentioned the EcoFlow battery or solar panel in the back. So we are kind of EcoFlow people. So they're wonderful products. Let me get this out of the way. So, this down here is our main battery. It's a 1800 watt hour battery, and it's great. It's just a built-in kind of box. We didn't want to do any kind of wiring or anything like that, and so we just thought this kind of thing would be marvelous for us. But the piece de resistance is these wires here are a bit kind of mystery boxy, because we actually mounted our alternator charger. This is the EcoFlow alternator charger, which I have basically just wired underneath the chair and out through the firewall into the battery. And that's great, because that just, if you drive for like an hour, it pretty much charges the box ish. It's great. It's really fantastic. We love our electrical setup. We do intend to upgrade it a little bit with just a kind of a dead weight kind of battery that I'm going to connect to the EcoFlow, which will basically kind of give us, I think it's probably going to be about maybe 5 or 6 times the capacity. As it stands now, when Orla works and the fridge is on, there's just enough power for, say, maybe like 2 days or 3 days if we're kind of in the wild camping kind of scenarios. But then we would need to, you know, either drive or check into a campsite, for instance, with electricity. But with the new upgrade, we hope to get maybe 5 or 6 days where we don't necessarily need to worry about campsites or anything like that. And for me, where I work, I just basically float around. I will predominantly just sit up here up here on the front seat in the passenger seats, and it's very comfortable. It's totally fine. I just sit with my computer on my lap. But the big thing though that we need to talk about over our last vans, here, you take that back off me there, babe, is look at me. I am standing, and I actually I can stretch, which is absolutely amazing. This van is like a kind of extra tall model, so we have loads of space, and it is magnificent. We keep on remarking about how amazing it is to be able to stand up, and we absolutely adore it. So let me just climb out now. This is just going to be a one taker, folks. One taker. No shoes, no shoes. The important thing to remember though is, like I say, we basically wanted to be able to just go. We felt very kind of stuck where we were, and by just getting everything smashed up as quickly as we could, it basically enabled us to be able to do that. So over the next maybe 4 weeks, the videos that are going to be coming out are all the journey that we have just taken. We're pretty much at the end. We're getting to Bilbao tomorrow to get the ferry back to Ireland. But over the next few weeks, you're going to see the adventure that we just had. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
The Scorva beams. The bed is Scorva beams. Watch out for the chicken poo. This chicken poo. Now, one of the more popular ways of mounting a bed is to use IKEA frames and Scorva beams. Where are you?
Sorry, I got distracted by the cat and the chicken.
Cats and chickens. Okay, let's go. So, Scorva beams. These are basically bolted into the chassis of the van itself, which is really great. We used one of those Rivnut guns, and these are just the IKEA lats. So it basically gives us a good solid size bed, which is really great, and it's solid. Like, it's not going anywhere. So as we wrap it up, there's nettles. Wait till you see the thumbnail, folks. There's chicken poo. It's great. Living the dream, folks. Living the dream. So I think the most important thing here is always to remember that it's done, and it's not perfect, but it's done, and it gives us the creative freedom to be able to travel and experience all that you are about to watch over the coming few weeks, and we are delighted with that, and we're super excited to get home and travel around Ireland for a little bit in it as well before we kind of come back to continental Europe. And that's really about it. I think that's it. There's nothing else I can really say. Oh, and one of the main reasons, obviously, these kinds of videos isn't necessarily going to be for everybody, but for Orla and I, we have watched countless kind of van life videos or how to build a van videos. And for us, we have gained so much inspiration from those videos. And my hope is that if this video, as random as it is, it can at least inspire somebody to think outside the box a little bit and not necessarily need to follow the same kind of pattern of how a van should look or feel. The key is just to get it going, and that's it. And you get to spend some time with chickens. Look at this. So I'm going to call him Stephen.
We just ended there for him.
So anyways, that's usually it, folks. Van life videos. If you like the video, do give it a thumbs up and a like. And of course, if you fancy following along for the adventures that will come over the course of the next few weeks as we traversed northern Spain to reach this point, you are most welcome to hit that subscribe button. But for now, I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy, everybody. Cheers.